Awesome guys, welcome to episode 6 of Verified Lifestyle. As you can tell by my clothes, we're getting ready to pack up from our old office and upgrade our lifestyle, our business lifestyle, into our new offices. Had a lot of communication with people asking me about mining, rigs, Ethereum, Bitcoin, cryptocurrencies. So I'm going to give my little 2 cents on cryptocurrencies in this episode as well.
Welcome Samuel Leach from Samuel & Co Trading. Samuel & Co Trading has been going since 2012 and taught over 1,500 traders in 2016.
Today we have Samuel Leach on the show.
Samuel Leach from the podcast.
I got tunnel vision for the mission, and my palms are itching, No, I can't waste my time, I gotta stay on my grind, So I got tunnel vision for the mission.
The risk-off mood that's been gripping global markets is showing little signs of easing. Again, we're trying to figure out the underlying cause.
Well, it's a busy couple of days and nights, making sure that we put that grind in, extra work to make sure that we can get the offices fully operational for the entire company starting next week. So obviously, going back over my Instagram live, we had a lot of questions. One of them was to find out a little bit more about some of my traders' lives and kind of their story, how they got involved in trading, and how they bumped into me and joined Samuel Co Trading. So I'm going to hand over in this episode over to Raj, who's going to give you a little bit more information about his background and his story, and more what's involved with Raj and how he became a part of Samuel Co Trading.
Hi, I'm Raj. I'm a senior account manager and I'm also a Samuel & Co trader. So my journey into finding Samuel & Co trading, I basically worked and helped run a family hardware store. We had the business for about 25 years. It was hard work, it was really good. The money was good. Had some really good times, good memories. It was enjoyable, but there was more to life than working 7 days a week. You always want to better yourself and see what's out there. So I did discover trading a little bit before. But to my prevail, I wasn't very successful, but actually, running a 7-day-a-week business and also trading at the same time, it wasn't viable for myself. It was costing me more to pay staff to cover me while I traded on days. So it wasn't until we sold the family business, I thought, what do I want to do with my life? What's the next career step? What's the next chapter in the chapter of my life? So, I always knew I enjoyed trading, but I knew there was so much missing from what I was taught before. So at that point, Samuel & Co was in Boreham Wood. It was right at the beginning of the journey, and I'm not too far from there, so I liked it. I saw the story by Samuel, what he achieved. At that time, Sam was only 24. First time in my life, I'd taken my hat off and respected someone so much who was younger than me. Saw the entrepreneurship of the tiny team, saw the vision. And I just really wanted to jump on board. Okay, so another busy week, another 7 traders invested in, so it's nice to see those guys who are always grinding, working hard on the trade floor, putting in those extra hours, learning of senior traders in the company, finally get to where they wanted to be and remembered why they took that step on that journey and never giving up. Especially Jordan himself, he's been invested in recently. And so many times I come into the office, I see him here, early in the morning, one of the first people in the office, putting in those extra hours, getting in those extra chart time, going above and beyond, and that's the reason why he's here.
I'm Jordan, and during episode 2, I was still sitting the assessment for my junior trader program, and now, after weeks every day in the office, I've gained investment. Yeah, I'm proud of myself, because I haven't had any background in anything like finance, and I haven't got a university degree. I in fact dropped out of college, and I think it's great that Samuel & Co don't discriminate based on what qualifications you have and such.
For those that are asking about cryptocurrencies, my opinion is actually quite boring on cryptocurrencies, if I'm honest. It's a big flag for me as a trader. It's volatile, it's explosive, it's unpredictable, it's very news focused, and all this just adds uncertainty and risk to a portfolio that I feel is not necessary. So I don't trade Bitcoins as much as a lot of other traders. Don't get me wrong, I still trade intraday, short term on cryptocurrencies. But for me, it's more of a sit on the sideline, see how the story develops, and see how we can get involved in it in other ways, such as mining. So in regards to that, I mine Ethereum. I'm actually got my own rig set up in London where we're mining Ethereum, and also just about to start mining Dash as a cryptocurrency as well on a more aggressive level. I feel like the opportunity in the markets at the moment for cryptocurrencies, and the safer way of adopting cryptocurrencies, is to actually mine the cryptocurrency in what we call altcoins, so alternative coins away from Bitcoin, and then transfer those alternative coins into Bitcoin when Bitcoin has sold off, and then take full advantage of the appreciation to the upside. That's personally how I've been tackling cryptocurrencies. So what would I classify Bitcoin as? Bitcoin is it's a cryptocurrency. It's built off the software blockchain, but I think a lot of people are kind of confused about blockchain and so on. So blockchain's been around for a while, and it's quite easily implemented into business models. It's just something that's become more apparent to the public. So Bitcoin is a big argument about whether it's finite and so on and so forth, and the amount of blocks within the chain, and actually how many coins there are within the system. But my point is that at this moment, I actually don't think it is finite, personally speaking. I'm not going to sit and say I'm a specialist, but from my understanding is there's around 21 million coins in circulation of Bitcoin, but they can't remove people off the old system of Bitcoin. So when they update the software and the system, they create what we call a fork. Now when the fork happens, the cryptocurrency gets updated and the software gets updated, or whatever protocols they introduce into the new cryptocurrency software. But then they just repackage that up as a new name, for example Bitcoin Cash or Bitcoin Gold or something along those lines, and now that also has 21 million coins available. So is that finite, or is that just recreating and repackaging in a different name? And that is the question that I have about cryptocurrencies, and that is probably my main reason of why I haven't heavily tackled and invested into cryptocurrencies, and why I'm sitting on a more conservative platform and mining the coins and taking advantage of the appreciation value whilst it's happening. Another question I've been asked is, would I see this as a digital commodity or as a currency? Now, to be fair, when we have seen political unrest such as in Greece, when the banks stopped withdrawals, that's when actually Bitcoin came majorly to light, which is when individuals were transferring their cash into Bitcoin because it was decentralized and was not available for kind of any regulation in regards to capping the amount of money you can take in and take out. So I would probably more steer towards, even though this is volatile, it is still seen as safe haven against political unrest. And I think that's quite an interesting topic about Bitcoin in itself, because it's a safe haven for when governments become unstable or things along those lines where the public are disagreeing with what the governments are doing, and that's how Bitcoins became so valuable over time. However, people feeling that Bitcoin isn't regulated is actually incorrect. Like, Bitcoin in the eyes of HMRC is actually seen as pretty much a foreign currency. So there's actually still taxes that are included in cryptocurrencies which people are unaware of and completely blind to. So for example, if I was to mine my Bitcoins and I was to buy something in Bitcoin, this is not taxable. However, if I'm to extract my Bitcoin into pounds, I'm converting into sterling. So what that transaction of converting into sterling comes back under HMRC law and is actually taxable. So for people that are saying that Bitcoin transactions aren't taxable is completely not true. It's seen as a foreign currency, it's taxable. It's actually even VAT is even applied to cryptocurrency on a withdrawal, as long as the transaction is for a purchased product. So I mean, it's such a hot topic, but I feel like a lot of people aren't aware of the actual true story about cryptocurrencies. When converted into fiat currency, it is taxable. It's also VAT applicable. So I mean, those are two interesting things. Is it finite? Don't really think it is, in my opinion, because there's a fork happens, they just create a new name. On top of all of that, it is a safe haven against the government, because obviously there is no cappage of amount of withdrawals in and out, inflow to Bitcoin and outflow of Bitcoin. So that is a positive. But there is still a lot of risks in the early adoption stages of cryptocurrencies that people just do not understand. And I hope this video brings some sort of light onto the cryptocurrency area from a business owner and from a trader myself. So obviously Bitcoin Cash and Bitcoin is such a big talking point at the moment, especially over this last week of the fork not happening on Bitcoin and Bitcoin miners then moving to Bitcoin Cash. Now let's talk from a trading point of view first of all. So this in itself, and people moving their portfolios to Bitcoin Cash, is obviously a huge advantage for traders in itself. So for me, for example, as well as Bitcoin trading over the weekend, so Bitcoin Cash and Bitcoin, or most cryptocurrencies in that sense, but I actually tried purchasing Bitcoin Cash on Saturday morning. My order was not getting filled. So I was attempting to buy at 600. So I was trying to buy at 600. And this just wasn't happening, and I actually ended up phoning up my brokerage and saying, why can I not fill my position on Bitcoin? Spread betting, of course, tax free. But my point is that their answer is we are full exposure at long Bitcoin Cash, which means that they're not willing to take on any more risk to the long side of Bitcoin Cash on their books, which means usually they're right in the eyes of the fact that the valuation is going to go up, and did it? It went up to over 1,700 by midweek. So yes, was it an investable cryptocurrency that you could have made profits on? Yes. Is it going to be long lasting and outlast Bitcoin? Probably not, because institutions are now slowly taking over the cryptocurrency game, when originally it was designed for hackers and the black market of payments. But now it's institutions are more involved and hedge funds are more involved, and the backing's actually more on Bitcoin. So the interesting argument between the miners and the institutional investors of Bitcoin is where the debate really lies, not between Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash. It's more between where the money is flowing. So at this moment, I'm actually still on the Bitcoin side, but Bitcoin Cash still has a large potential because of the valuation of the miners moving over and adopting it. But I think naturally this is going to keep on happening. It's in miners' interest to mine alternative coins that are lower in value and lower in difficulty of mining, so that they can create more coins to then transact those coins into Bitcoin. So it's in the miners' interest to mine the most easiest difficulty level with the highest valuation of Bitcoin. Now, a lot of people don't really know, but when you're mining a coin, you can't extract that whole coin in point values. So for example, I couldn't take out 0.2 of an Ethereum. I have to wait until it's at 1. So my point is, the lower the valuation of the coin, the quicker I get that coin and the quicker I can convert that coin. So it's obviously in the miner's interest to mine the most alternative coin there is with the lowest difficulty value. And so that is where the attention of traders and investors' eyes should be focused on, because those are the ones that are going to have a high difficulty level, higher attention level from traders and investors once the miners have adopted that coin. Are there any other cryptocurrencies that I would be interested in? At the moment, my focus is on Dash. Now, Dash is still, I feel, like an undervalued cryptocurrency, and I went and bought a lot of mining software for Dash in the hindsight. It's very hit and miss with the cryptocurrencies. So Dash is my next bet in regards to explosive gains. However, I could be completely wrong in this. Like I said, it's a completely volatile market. I think more so you need to be involved in mining to really understand the technology behind what you're actually investing in. And the more that I've mined, the more that I understand the forks, the more that I understand what's going on with the cryptocurrencies. And actually it's very educational in regards to my platform trading on spread betting in the cryptocurrencies, because you understand what's going on in the greater picture. So I think a lot of the altcoins are interesting. However, try to focus on the top 10. So the top 10 with the lowest mining difficulty. I'll be interested to see your comments on which ones you feel are most valuable for the lowest difficulty and mining level. Let's see what you guys can find. Initially, I thought that cryptocurrencies had the potential to be a bubble like Tulip Mania. However, the more that you look at it, I believe that cryptocurrencies as a whole is the next stage for the monetary side of the world. Because if we look at it from, going back, we literally started on gold. Yeah. Then we have what we call gold notes, which is where you would go leave your gold with an individual that would look after that gold, and you would get a note to show that you are looking after that, they're looking after that gold, almost like a check. So you had like a gold check, so to speak. And then people would use those gold checks to transact for monetary products and so on and so forth, knowing that they could clear that check. And then we kind of moved into the whole point of loans with the bank. And then we had we had coins as well. So we had coins, which is, we're still in play with coins now, but we had coins and snap sticks. So where you snap a stick, the borrower would take one and the bank would keep the other. That's what you call a snap stick loan. And then past that, we've still got coins now, but the more coins in circulation is dropping. However, we then move to part electronic and part cash. Electronic, most banks now only have £1 for every £1,000 in circulation. Henceforth, when there's a geopolitical unrest, people try withdrawing from the banks and the money's generally not available there, even though it is, if that makes sense, electronically. So I think the next stage is actually to move fully electronically, and this has started to happen with swipe cards, like bank cards, contactless payments, more electronic transactions available. And I think cryptocurrencies is that next stage, but I don't think it's going to be a slow process. I mean, when we look at how long monetary transactions have been going on for, this will be a 100-year process until one cryptocurrency is finally finite, which ones are actually going to be used as a monetary transaction, which ones are going to be just for investments based on payment processing, things like that. And until they find their footings, there's going to be very much an unrest until we find a clear lead, and that's pretty much what we're going to be waiting for. So I don't value any coin more so than another coin. Obviously, the top coin at the moment is obviously Bitcoin for the net amount of money that's in Bitcoin. However, it can change at any one point, all depending on institutional investors and miners moving over to other coins. So I think it's going to be very much a free man's ground of who can gain and who can't gain, until eventually potential regulations may come into play. And become more transparent about what the coin's weaknesses and benefits actually are. So I think there is opportunities in cryptocurrencies. However, take it with a pinch of salt, and in my eyes, play it safe. So thanks guys for watching this episode. It's been an absolutely interesting day in regards to that. I'm so excited to show you our new offices in the next episode. Don't forget to subscribe. I hope you like my opinions and my take on cryptocurrencies, and what I think behind the regulations and where I see cryptocurrencies going. I would love to know your opinions too, and I'll catch you in the next episode.
You feel away about me. You feel away about me. You feel away about me. You feel away about me.